welcome to Fans Traumas, Robots with These Guys. I am your host, Jay, and with me are my three traumatized fans. We've got Dan. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
We've got Phil. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Jay.
And Ralph again. Hey, Ralph.
Hey.
Hey. So this is our second podcast because we didn't learn from the first one. So we are going to do another one where we talk a bit more generally this time, less of a lecture and a bit more of a chat, talking about stuff that's coming up, stuff that's interested us, and hopefully staying a bit topical, which means that I have to get the editing done within the next week or so in order to get this podcast out. For those of you, the both of you who are currently subscribed and following us, thank you. But please don't expect this to be a regular thing. It'll be done when we can fit it in, and hopefully we'll have enough interest in ourselves, you'll have enough interest in us that we'll keep going. So, fantastic. This month has been pretty traumatic for fans, I think. We've got some news to talk about. Top of my list today to get upset about as a fan is Embilia.
We're going straight for being upset about something.
I'm upset. I'm always upset. I'm a traumatized fan. That's why it's Fans Traumas, Ralph. You take it in your stride. You never get angry about anything. I know. Yeah.
You're like the inverse Incredible Hulk. Then you're never
Absolutely.
angry.
The anger, the more things happen, the calmer I get.
Absolutely.
Possibly even just sleeping.
Yeah. As a fan, I feel I am really objecting to the amount of money Embilia is expecting me to pay for these statues.
Yes.
For those of you who listen to the podcast who haven't heard of this, you've seen these, Ralph?
I've seen the statues, but I'm not aware of what Embilia is. That a company? Is that a person? It sounds like a YouTuber name.
Yeah.
It's a non-entity that didn't seem to exist until these statues cropped up.
Suspicious.
Yeah. Apparently they're Dubai based, and they don't want you just to own a product. They want you to have an experience. Now, you guys have seen these statues, these comic based statues. Have you seen the price tag?
Oh, no.
Yes, the price tag was the first thing I'd seen.
All right, Dan, you're excluded from this activity. I will take bids from Ralph and Phil. This is a resin statue of Optimus Prime. It does not move. It is painted completely in one colour of red, and it has some added tampographs that are from they're like really close-up chunks of a comic book panel. How much do you think we're being asked for the statue of Optimus Prime?
What kind of size are they? Scale?
Do you know what? Actually, on the website, there are no details. There is a picture of it, and there is an add to cart button, and that is it.
So many red flags. Go on, Ralph.
And we'll get to what they should have detailed in a second.
Yes. So I'm going to take bids from Ralph. How much am I bid for this one statue of Optimus Prime?
£1,000. I know what statues go for.
Okay, I've got £1,000. Do I hear an advance on £1,000? Phil, do I hear an advance on £1,000?
Honestly, fuck capitalism, but yeah, it's not. I can't go higher than 1,000. My mind just won't let me go higher than that. So
all right, but we're looking for the price. We're looking for the price. So £1,000. Any advance on £1,000? £1,000?
I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna be like, no.
No, I'm afraid you lose the bid. You're afraid you lose the bid.
Okay.
The Embilia Optimus Prime comic book edition statue, which I am trying to find the height of right now. 35 centimeters, a foot high, will set you back $3,800.
So that's £2,888 sterling as of this recording.
So is that the same size as MP10?
Just over a foot high.
Is MP10 at all? Which is like best Optimus ever, so you don't need another one. You certainly don't need to spend £3,000 for another one, and it doesn't transform. Although I've never transformed my MP10, admittedly. Either of them.
You've got the potential.
Actually,
yeah.
I've just had that put into perspective by me. Well, for me, by me. The Diaclone Great Robot Base cost me just shy of, I think, 1,000 over many instalments. But that does everything. That is 2 robots, fucking 5 million vehicles, will launch its head at you and all sorts. If I was spending 3,800 on something, I'd expect it to
Yeah, I mean,
to do a lot
from
more.
the sounds
than
of things,
stand
it's
there
just
and look
going to stand
ugly.
there and mock you.
Who is this aimed at? Who is rich enough and stupid enough that they are buying? They look like they're
Jonathan Ross.
unfinished. Who?
Jonathan Ross. Very rich.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
big geek.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of
Complete nerd.
geeky stuff. That level.
It's to own it.
Paul Gambaccini dead.
Yeah.
Paul Gambaccini's dead.
No. No, I don't think so.
I haven't checked up on
Okay.
today, to be fair.
But yeah, I don't know who can afford this stuff, but I really want to be their friend.
I don't think I do.
think
I think they'd be insufferable.
Yeah, exactly. I would only want to know them so I could slap them.
Okay.
Then you can
Eat the rich.
see that because I know a guy who's really, really rich, and that's fine. He's had companies, he sold companies. He's rich, that's fine. He's on my Facebook. He went to the Salt Bay restaurant, and I just thought, having to go there. Just like that's lovely that you can do that. That's fine. I have no problem with it. But it's an expense that I wouldn't do even if I could, because it's just not something that makes any sense.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense at
Yeah.
all, and
Like-
it's horribly designed.
Yeah, like if I won the lottery tomorrow,
I
10
think
million, whatever, I still would not
I think-
buy these things.
designed is a strong word because that would imply someone actually did some work on it.
Yeah, let's get to the
Yeah.
gritty
So-
about that. Come on.
The big thing, and I'd like to stress that nowhere on Mibia's site that I can actually find is advertised as such. The models for these are quite clearly AI generated. I think everyone's kind of looked at the 3D models that they've based it on directly. The Soundwave one in particular, people have kind of torn it to shreds, saying like, the weird split fusion cannon thing on his arm, the clipped through legs, the extra wheels on his back, are kind of indicators of this has just kind of been generated by something that has a vague idea of what Soundwave looks like.
Yeah.
So, also evidenced by the fact that what has definitely been AI generated is the god-awful promo video for these things that actually gave me motion sickness from the transformation scheme for Optimus in it.
Yeah, it's almost offensive, isn't it?
It is actually offensive.
It's actively offensive.
Yeah, Ralph, there's for those of you who haven't seen it, and Ralph, there's an Instagram account for this studio, and they've posted like a cartoon of Optimus Prime driving forwards and then air quotes transforming, where he basically turns himself inside out and his legs become his head and his arms become something else, and it just like the chest is not the chest windows, it just sort of appears and globs out of somewhere else. And then they go into like how amazing this is with all dramatic lighting on the statue and things like that. And Dan, you pointed out, I hadn't noticed this until you pointed it out, that like the legs are sticking out through the hips of the Soundwave in a way
Phil
that they shouldn't.
Pointed that out, but I'm looking at the Starscream as we speak, and it literally looks like he's broken his left leg. The knee is actually pointing in the wrong direction.
Oh god.
Which if that was a intentional stylistic choice, I don't think it was done by someone who's got any idea of how anatomy works.
Maybe it's the
Anatomy.
scene. Starscream on his way to A&E. Maybe that's the whole. The story. That's the story behind it, though. Maybe you get them all together, like you did. Remember those Star Wars figures where they'd all like talk to each other and you stood them next to each other? Maybe that's what happens if you put them all together. Like Optimus Prime was beating Starscream up and he's on his way to A&E, and the other ones available are part of the same storyline. Maybe that's. See, you're just not thinking it through. You're being offensive about it, and you're just not thinking it through.
I'm pretty sure at least part of these AI animations were made in Copilot specifically, because it's got that very generic cartoony look that they seem to be pushing on that platform.
And do you know what? If it's not AI generated and somebody sat down and worked out the shape and design of these, that person needs some help. some tuition, some pointers. I don't know. Do you remember when RoboSen seemed like the unreasonable amount of money to spend on a transformer?
I mean, yeah, RoboSen, you know, I don't think there's a need for it, but at least the cost of that is justified by it actually does something.
Yeah.
And I could definitely see, you know, that. How much was the Optimus? Was it just over $1,000?
1,500.
1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see most of that actually going into the engineering of it.
Exactly.
This, literally, they've generated it in an afternoon, sent it off to make some moulds, and slapped some tampographs on it.
The way you described it to me, and apologies, it made it sound like it was sort of underneath the clear plastic, so you could see through the clear plastic at whatever it was.
No, see that would actually be like possibly good. I do wonder if these are all going to have the same tampographs, or if it's going to be unique to each one, because that seems like the kind of selling point. This kind of.
What, you mean like each statue would have a slightly different design?
Yeah, so, you know, if you got a Bumblebee and I got a Bumblebee, because, you know, we've both got $3,500 to spend on these, mine would have different comic strips than yours.
I would be amazed if they've gone for that much level of detail. I think this is what we've got.
I would, but the kind of people likely to buy these seem like the kind of people who, you know, were into NFTs when they were briefly a flash in the pan, and just want something special and that is unique to them. So I could see that being the actual selling point. But again, very little actual information on the site, and very specifically, the site does not admit that they're made with AI.
No,
so
but it's so clear.
This whole
The
thing
evidence is already there.
Very suspect.
So, moving on from this trauma that they expect us to shell out for, and I'm just going to be really annoyed that for completion's sake I'm going to have to get a second mortgage. It's just utterly ridiculous. It's just disgusting. I can only buy 2 each of these to keep one mint in box and one on the shelf.
Come
you know,
on.
it's absolutely horrible.
Jay,
I'm just going to be so angry.
Jay, think about how many blockies you could get for that, honestly.
Oh my god.
You could
so
stick
many,
them all
so
together and they'd be the same height.
many. So moving on from that to something slightly less insane. Have you guys seen the Stranger Things collaboration, the second one?
Yes,
definitely.
Why
I've
Did
did
any
already
of you get
pre-ordered
the
it.
first one?
I have not seen the last couple of seasons of Stranger Things. Why does it come with a chicken?
So
This is a new thing.
Yeah, this is the new
Sorry,
thing.
go on.
Sorry, this not to jump in here, but it is really weird because basically Stranger Things has taken like 10, 15 years or whatever in between seasons, right? I mean, like the children are now full adults and they've got beards and whatnot. So I feel like this collab has probably just been sitting there for ages and they've just been waiting to release it. And they're just like, you know what, so we're going to release it before the new season is even out. So we're not even going to get this random reference for a rubber chicken and a van we've never seen.
Yeah.
I've got to say, it's a nice looking van and robot.
It's a very cool looking van and a decent bot. Yeah, it's that type of van in particular is just such like an 80s kind of icon. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how it's decoed.
So, speaking of deco on it, what was the what's the guy in Skybound who turns into Carly's van?
Shredhead.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, we need a toy.
Yeah, I can't remember his exact design, but would that work as a retool of this? Because that would be a figure I might buy.
I believe the alt mode is a match, but I think the way he transforms, he's a bit more car chesty, that kind of standard.
a bit more
with
like
wing doors,
hoist.
right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
But I'd still take it.
If you think about it, though, because I mean, I know this is going to come up at some point, so I'll do it first. But that kind of van, you could the 18 van is obvious. They could probably maybe they could do one for Black Phone as well, because that's a van, isn't it?
For who?
I
You've
was
lost
wondering
us.
if anyone was going to get that. Sorry. No, never mind then. It's a horror film.
Unfortunately, I think there's a thing with what am I thinking? What's the name for the range?
The collaborative?
Collaborative, that's the word. Um,
Crossover.
They have to be unique molds or something, don't they? They can't reuse them afterwards for some strange reason.
Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, you mean directly? Like, because Gigawatt is Sideswipe, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
Heavily changed, though, isn't he?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But
No. But I think
the ones they've made as unique molds for it, they haven't been able to reuse as other figures. So like the Maverick, that Jurassic Park mold.
Yeah. So we're presuming when they do the co-licensing or whatever, they make an agreement that it's only going to be used for that franchise, presumably.
Yeah. Which is a shame because, as I say, it's a nice looking mold.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a collaboration with a TV show or a movie, it's a collaboration with the car company because they have to organise and pay for the right to use that design.
Yeah.
But wasn't it the VNR is the VNR was used a few times, wasn't it? And that's an official truck, isn't it? The Volvo?
Yeah.
That's the Christmas one,
twice.
the Target one,
Yeah.
the normal one, no, 3 times.
No. The Target one
Christmas
is
and first one.
no, Target one is Laser Prime, isn't it? The one with the big shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was VNR again.
I mean, it'd be great to see this one reused, or at least see this van come up a few more times. If they've already done an agreement once, it'd be nice to see it again.
I like none of us are intending to get it as the Stranger Things van.
Yeah.
Mate,
it looks cool. I'll wait, but I'll wait for it to go on sale like the last one did.
No, it's pretty good. I mean, I pre-ordered it at Star Action Figures, so it's a little bit cheaper anyway, which is good. But yeah, it's a great looking figure. Transforms into an iconic, very cool looking van. He's got like the little kind of laser beak guy who sort of slots into his chest, which kind of almost, it really is really giving some kind of Soundwave vibes. There wasn't there, Ralph, you must have this. One of those little one-step changes. Just Soundwave was like a little van. I think it's like a little flip changer or something like that.
I've probably had it. I have to say I've got rid of quite a few of the Soundwaves. I found my Transformers Angry Birds Soundwave yesterday. I think there probably has been one. I may have got it and got rid of it. So I got rid of a lot of Soundwaves. I was culling characters I had loads of that I actually didn't care about. Starscream and Soundwave, sorry.
Cool. So kind of a positive vibe about Frequency and his little bird friend.
Yeah.
Is it Tracks? The 8-track?
Eight tracks, yeah.
I probably won't buy it, but I certainly like the look of him.
I might wait to see the new season of Stranger Things and decide then. But I feel like it's been so long since the last one. Like, I'm not sure what happened in the last one.
Yeah.
I'd have to rewatch everything again just to figure out what the heck's going on.
That's right. There'll be like a little recap. It'll be fine.
Cool. So that is the collaborative Frequency and Tracks. What else have we got coming up? Does anybody collect third-party legends? Do you guys go in for those?
So I've got the Doctor Wu, a couple of the Legend Scale base formers.
So this might be up your alley because
in fact, I've got them.
This reminds you know that Monty Python scene where the guy's talking about building the castle, and the first one fell down in the swamp, and the second one burnt down and fell down in the swamp, but the third one stayed up. They're doing Volcanicus again, like they did Power of the Primes Volcanicus. Then we did the tiny little ones for the Hasbro ones, and now Doctor Wu are doing Volcanicus again with they've shown off their Grimlock. Is this something that interests you guys? Little tiny combiner Dinobots?
With me, I don't collect legends. I have a lot of legends, official Hasbro legends, and most of them I've kept. I'm still not entirely sure why, and there may well be a point I get rid of all of them. Apart from Bumblebee. But to me, the only way that, and I think I have got a couple of Doctor Woos actually, but the only ones I've ever seen make any sense, unless you're a massive Legends collector, are the ones that scale with other figures. So they did that Mad Scientist from the film, although I still haven't bought them actually. Those ones interest me. I did see the advert for this. I did see the advert for the Doctor Wu, and it is literally, it's a very niche market, isn't it? See, if you've got all the rest of them, then you want that. But certainly not to me. I can't see any reason for it.
Yeah, I think I've had the Dino King from the Legacy Dino King set. To me, it's a bit too close to owning that for me to have an interest in another tiny Dinobot combiner. Although it is a very tiny Dinobot combiner, isn't it? Which is the kind of fun thing about Doctor Who. They're not legends, they're legends.
Oh, well, they're smaller than the usual size.
They're tiny. Adorable.
Okay. So if you want a tiny Grimlock and a Volcanicus that you can swallow, then this is the one to go for.
If the final Volcanicus is the size of one of the city pods, I might be interested.
The whole thing. God,
yeah,
that'd be microscopic. You'd need something like serious equipment to handle that. That would be.
But they are. Yeah, I don't have any of the regular size or the non-city former tiny figures, but they are very small anyway.
I think if you were gonna be like, I'm gonna put Metroplex out. I'm gonna put it in base mode. I'm gonna put figures on it. That's your Doctor Who's for me. I'm never gonna have the space to do that, despite the fact that I'd love to. And if I do that, I'll probably just throw Micromasters at it. But yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, then absolutely go for it, and you'll have some lovely little scale going on. Yes, I know it's not right, but it's as close as you're gonna get. So eat your dinner and then shut up. But that's where it's for it's aimed for me, and I agree. Actually, I bought Volcanius, the official one, although mine has 2 Grimlock legs because I couldn't find the other one. But yeah, it just doesn't, for me. It doesn't scale where I want it to, especially for the a fairly modest price, but it's still a price.
Yeah, I mean, Doctor Who is always reasonably priced. It's just not something that is interesting me. I need combiners to be quite big. I need them to sort of take up space and look impressive on the shelf. But if you're a Legends collector, I hear Doctor Who are very good, and this could be a really good set. I mean, we've only seen designs of this thing, so we haven't seen it in hand yet. So yeah, it might be amazing. On the subject of scale, Studio Series 86 Thundercracker. Now, I don't know about you guys, I have just finished my Seeker collection this week because Thrust arrived. No, Phil, I have finished it. Don't give me that look. It is done. I've got every regular Seeker that appeared in the show in Earthrise and in Earthrise, and I love them. And then they've gone, hey, you remember how like the artists couldn't be bothered to draw the toys as the toys, and they just sort of skipped bits out and made them simpler? Well, we've made a toy a bit like that, just hot on the heels of you guys finishing your collection. We're doing it again. Who's in for Studio Series?
You're saying they're doing all the Seekers again?
Yes, yeah. Thundercracker is the first one, and he looks more like the cartoon.
And they're starting with Thundercracker.
Yep.
Is this still the Earthrise mould, just tweaked a bit?
No,
it's
completely unique.
No, new transformation scheme.
Okay.
New everything.
Yeah.
Like you can detach the fins off the feet and you can tuck them behind the wings so they hide. He's got a waist joint. His cockpit doesn't hide behind his back like the Earthrise one. It is fundamentally a massive improvement. Is it enough of an improvement to go back around and spend money? I mean, he was hard to find in Earthrise. Him and Skywarp were not on the shelves for very long, and they were very expensive when they were on the shelves.
You managed to get hold of them though?
I did, yeah, and I just leapt on it. I just went, yeah, that's not going to happen again anytime soon, is it? They're not going to suddenly do these guys again within the space of 2 years. Oh my god!
So you know who you're buying toys from, right?
Yeah. So who's in for Studio Series 86?
So
Seekers?
Knowing that it is actually a different mould, and given that I don't currently have any G1 Seekers, I might be in for it now. But I'll only get one version of the mould. It will probably be another Starscream. Because I've only got Armada and Cybertron Starscream currently, so I need a proper bastard Starscream, really.
At the risk of sounding like your deep-ass broken record, absolutely not. I do think there's an age thing involved here. So if somebody has got into collecting last year and they want to collect all the Seekers, then they can collect this new mold. That's absolutely fine.
Oh, actually, I've just realised I've got a G1 Skywarp, so I don't need this after all.
The last time I made even a small amount of effort to buy Seekers, different Seekers in the same range, was the classics, which are over at the back there somewhere, and I think there's about four of them. I've got all of the Seekers in MP, and I've got all of the most of the Seekers in bot shots. So that'll do. It's not for me, but it's not for me. It's for people who haven't got them. It's for people who are starting anew.
Is that right, Phil? Is it for people who haven't got them?
Counterpoint. So I already have him on pre-order. It's one of those. It's one of those annoying things because when the Earth, the mold probably it was like Earthrise, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Earthrise mold. And when that came out, it's just like, it's amazing. I mean, like it was like the classics, but like a bit more upscale and chunkier, and it did all the transformation right. It was pretty good. And yeah, sure, everyone was like, okay, it doesn't have a waist swivel. Fine. Could live with that. And then you think, yeah, this is exactly what I remember. This is the thing that was in the cartoon and and then in the comics. And then this new version comes out and you look at them side by side and you go, oh shit. This is nothing like what the cartoons and the comics had. This new thing is. So yeah, I'm all on board to hit that reset button and start again because I have my full collection of Seekers. I mean, no Sunstorm yet. If anyone who gives a shit who listens, I think that's a massive omission. So I'm hoping this is a chance for them to sort of dig into some of those characters as well as release the more expected Starscream and Skyswap, who will be inevitably released and hopefully widely released for everyone to get this time. But yeah, I'm all in again.
Oh, what's the betting on who's going to be the exclusive this time around? Is it going to be Starscream? Is it going to be Skywarp?
No, because
who's going to be the one that's hard to find?
It's the 86 movie anniversary next year, the big anniversary. So Starscream front and center.
But they've already done Starscream with his cape. So are they going to do either a grey Starscream or Starscream blasting his foot off?
I think Dead Starscream is a cert for some kind of box set or something. But I'm hoping they're not going to be dicks and they are just going to release them so people can actually get them this time around and not have to pre-order them like 5 seconds after they release.
I think that's the way the market is now. I don't think you'll get away from that. Now that we've gone down that road, I very much doubt this road is going to change. It's not actually part of the reason that I don't do as much collecting anymore, but I do think it's massively annoying.
Yeah. Distribution's been insane for years now, and just getting hold of stuff.
Do you feel like they broached that a little bit? Like at least they acknowledged that they were quite hard to get hold of last time. So I think they're aware. They're aware of fan response. So
they got releases, didn't they? Some of the worst ones got releases. I think I agree with you. I think they are broaching that issue by re-releasing them. Admittedly, a little while later, when maybe the most die-harder people have already spent £400 and coughed up a liver to get it off of eBay.
The battle chargers, the Earthrise Runamuck Runabout, the black one, which I can't remember which one's which. Is it Runabout, the black one?
Yes.
We're all going. Let's
Rumble.
Yeah. So they went, yeah, don't worry, guys. We've re-released one of the battle chargers. It's the one everyone has. It's the one everyone's already got. We need the black one. We don't need the white one. And I feel
wasn't it in a double pack anyway? So didn't you have to buy?
No.
Nope.
No, it was singles, but like the black battle charger was almost impossible to pick up. And it's ridiculous.
No. You might be thinking of the 2-pack where it was the one from the Transformers Devastation game, where it was the Conehead,
bright blue,
and then the bright blue ground soldier or whatever he was. He was a redeco.
Yeah. This is the ground soldier minion that is as tall, if not taller, than the Optimus Prime from the same range. Yes. Yeah. Hey guys, why don't we buy that Devastation Optimus Prime 3 times for 4 times the price?
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
I think.
You guys have seen this, right?
yeah, I like.
Ralph, you must have seen this. They're doing, the deluxe Prime. Have you seen the grey and the colour test and then the painted one?
Such an awful mould. It's just absolutely shockingly bad. Considering that game is legendary. In this household, my son, who isn't even a Transformers fan, loves that game. The music on that game is second to none.
Yes.
And he'd know because he is a complete game computer music geek. And yet they release a shoddy looking I mean, they only had to redeco MP10 for it, for God's sake. That cost them nothing.
MP10, yeah. But he doesn't. Yeah.
And instead we get this deluxe, which is literally. And yeah, don't start me on the 3-pack. That can get shoveled into a hole in the desert when it doesn't sell. But it will sell because idiots will buy it. Well, I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm so sorry, Phil. All right, okay, then off for that. I'm waiting for Phil to go. I'm buying it.
Oh no, definitely not. No, if anything,
we
I'm 3
found
times
the line.
less likely
Cool.
to buy it.
I mean, what's in it? It's a grey one, and there's a painted one, and there's a one with 2 bits of whatever it's called on it. I can't remember the name for the animation style.
No, you're right. There's plain grey, which is supposed to be based on like when they're prototyping, but it's not. It's just the regular mould in grey plastic. There's an unpainted red and blue one.
Yep.
So he looks worse than the regular one. And then there's, hey, guess what? We could have decorated it, but we didn't. But it would have looked like this if we did.
I think the unpainted one also has like the stamp in it on its chest with like the serial code, so you too can pretend you're a YouTuber who's gotten stolen factory products.
Yep. It's just such a bizarre idea.
I like the idea. I hate the execution.
Yeah, and the price tag's insane.
Having something like that talks you through the development process and gives you like a work in progress thing is cool in theory. 3 of the same mould ain't how I'd like to see it.
Yep, 100%. So Ralph, do you own a Masterpiece Soundwave?
I own
like a G1.
I own 2 knockoff Masterpiece Soundwaves. I own a selection of the various tapes, either knockoff or real. I have 2. One's on my work desk, and one is behind me on the top left. Probably. No, it might be on the top actually. I think the high command is on the top now. Wasn't any room for them in the shelves.
So would you be tempted by a repaint in the cartoon colours for retail price?
I don't do. Does somebody want to explain to me in less than 4 words what cartoon colours? Cartoon colours are the colours in the cartoon, I assume.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem to have. Cartoon colours to me don't seem to follow a basis. There are some cartoon colours that look significantly different than others in terms of their brightness and lividity, which may or may not be a word. I don't do cartoon colours. The only one I did was the gravestone because it was cheaper, which is some weird colour. Hang on, what was it called? Does anybody remember what it was called? I don't know what it's called.
The gravestone.
Youth.
Was this the weird? Was this the weird yellow and blue looking one?
No, it's just a brighter version of the normal one. That was called Youth, which I think was their version of something that's more like the Toon.
Yes, the third-party ones. Yeah.
I'm not going. My MP collection is complete, absolutely complete. Apart from if I find a cheap MP blaster, I will not be adding to it in any way, shape, or form.
So they've got this new range called MPG. The Optimus Prime looks really interesting. Looks really good. I like the look of that. But they've just gone, here's Soundwave. It's the one from 10 years ago, whenever it was. And we've coloured it a different blue. People are buying it. People are excited for it. But not on my plate. Not something I'm remotely interested in at all.
Is it more than the cost of the old release at the time?
Definitely.
Less in it, because it only comes with 2 cassettes and doesn't look like any of the weird accessories they gave him.
I think the old one was like, absolute full price of the old one was something like 130.
Definitely more expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just totally, the MPG to me doesn't hold the gravitas that MT did. That Masterpiece was Masterpiece. It was the best you could get. It was amazing. MPG just looks like a more expensive studio series. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't. It doesn't hold any gravitas at all. They've even got weird characters in it. Didn't they do an MPG? One of the Demolisher people. Did they do one of those? Not Demolisher. One of the other Constructicons. Did they do an MPG Constructicon?
Yes.
Hauler.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, that's not a character that if you're going to do an MP, because the whole point was getting the whole of the art crew, but it had a gravitas. You know, it was Masterpiece. It was amazing. It was top of the line. They don't feel like that anymore. They don't look like that anymore. Okay, yeah, I get it. They're better. There's more rotation to the limbs, and they won't fall apart, and the bits of it might not be full of glue. But that's not Masterpiece anymore. We're far long away from that now. There you go, wins of the day. Thank you.
No, absolutely. This is what we're here for. We're here for the traumas. It is just the Masterpiece Soundwave from however many years ago, repainted with Laserbeak.
It came with like 6 tapes last time. 4, 6? It came with loads.
Available for pre-order. I was wrong. It's only 140. So yeah, it's still out there, still available to pre-order. I don't see this selling huge amounts personally.
What's that?
Anyway,
what's that legendary knockoff MP Soundwave Audio something?
Oh, yes.
Better than the MP, and it was like 60 quid everywhere. So not saying I was pushing people to go out and buy PPs, but knockoffs. But there you go. Audio Wave, is it?
Something like that, yeah.
This does seem to be part of, I don't know if this is part of like a bigger discussion we could have, but it does seem that they're suddenly either leaning back on these old molds, either for like redecos or, like some mild, remolds and stuff. I'm thinking primarily because, like I've got our man here from the 4-pack, and they're leaning back into the old sort of Titan Returns molds. But then also there was an announcement recently that they're re-releasing Power of the Prime's Predaking. That's making a re-release, and it's like whether they just stumbled across a whole bunch of these in the warehouse or what. They're just trying to wring some more money out of these molds before, like they did with the Seekers. It's just like, oh, here's Thrust again. By the way, here's a bunch of new Seekers anyway, and they're bound to redo Predaking at some point if they keep going with the combiners as they have done. But it's just, yeah.
But are they though? Is it perhaps that they know they're not going to do it anytime soon, and they think that the best way of filling that gap is to just re-release the old one because they don't care enough about that character? I don't care enough about that character. To say, here we go, here is a version of that you can own, because we're not going to do that for the next 7-10 years, because we know our planning. We're going to do one combiner in a year, and he ain't going to get a look in for a long time. I don't see. I have my own views on the new combiners anyway. But yeah, I can't see Predaking being made any time soon in a new version, and it's almost like they're admitting that by just re-releasing the old one.
Yeah, but don't forget, this year we had 2 combiners, 2 1/5, because we had Superion and we had Devastator, and they gave us Vortex.
Exactly. Remind my wallet about that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some of those late last year? Was the beginning of that? Was it, or has it all been this year?
No, Constructicons has all been 1 year.
Yeah.
Really? I'm shocked. I have to say, I'm shocked. I thought it was longer than that.
That was their intent.
I think the pre-orders opened before Christmas, but we've had 2 complete combiners within 12 months, which is cool. I love them to bits, but I fully believe that they would do his old Predaking for those of you poor guys who missed it. Also, by the way, here's new Predaking, and it's better and it works better and it looks more like the cartoon. I think they'll keep doing that as long as it makes them money. Absolutely.
Yeah. exactly. Like,
Oh God,
give him like a few more years. Once they've got like the key ones out the way, Defensor and Computron, those guys, and then it's gonna happen.
but they can't wait too long because people like me, we're going to die out eventually. We're not the G1ers. We're on the way out. Our health's not good. Our knees have gone. Our backs have gone, and we can't keep buying the same damn toy every year. Was there any good news? I don't know if there was any good news. It's all been traumatic news this week.
No, there's always good news. I mean, I think some stuff that they, I will dip into TFW most days and just see what the news is. Some of it's all right. I have to say at the moment I can't actually. I mean, some of those new designs. There's a new design. What was it? Ironhide and someone else, wasn't it? Coming out next year. I can't remember what they're called now.
Oh, I know the one you mean.
But they look lovely.
You know the one.
I know the one you mean.
It's Ironhide and it's Blackout as well, right?
Yeah, really nice. Really look really good.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah. And I think they've been mentioned already, but some of the blokey stuff's coming out. And again, I bought the Shopticons. I'm like, yes, I bought 3 of them online from that place I can't remember the name of that everybody uses. But for the people that are collecting them, go for it. Yeah, there's some lovely stuff coming out. There's always good stuff coming out, but the stuff I've just said is all cheap. Well, actually, no, I don't know if that Ironhide will be cheap.
No.
Blockies are staying nice and cheap, I think. Not potentially the way I buy them, but cool. So that was the traumatic news. Moving on to our topic for chat. So Cyberworld. The current YouTube series. It's nice and short. It's there for people with short attention spans, but I don't know. I'm enjoying it. We're on episode 13, 14 now, and it's all right.
I'm surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Like, when I saw the concept of, Transformers, but they're trapped in a video game type setting, I rolled into the back of my head, but it's actually really fun.
I suppose it is a little bit, isn't it? It's very Fortnite, isn't it? It's very you do a thing because you do a thing.
I kind of showing my age a little bit, but I kind of went the other way. It really reminded me of the old 90s animated show Reboot.
Oh my god, yes.
Because literally it's the same thing. It's just like each week there's a different game comes along and then they all play it and then you win the game and roll out if there were points, whatever. Yeah,
I'm finding it really interesting. I'm finding it fascinating that like they've gone with some evergreen characters: Optimus, Megatron, Starscream, Elita 1, but they haven't stuck with their character types. They've just slapped their names on characters who almost kind of a bit like their characters. Everyone's got a faction badge, but nobody's sticking to faction loyalties. Like Grimlock's definitely got an Autobot badge, but he is not an Autobot. He is not on side at all unless it suits him and things like that.
I mean, that is quite Grimlock.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing. It's weird because on the surface it's this very kind of, it's clearly for kids. It's not for these 4 blokes that we've got here, but we can enjoy it on a certain level. And I think they understand that because, if you look back into the lore of the characters, Grimlock existing in this kind of grey area, Mirage being, like people don't really trust him. He's kind of on the cusp sort of thing. I think it all makes sense.
Mirage as a seeker was quite interesting.
Oh, it's nice, a great idea, honestly.
Nice change. Yeah.
I could definitely have a bit more of that, please.
Okay, either I'm getting really old or it was really clever, but I didn't get Ron until the reveal. And I was looking at his character model and going, I know those arms. There's shapes here that I know. Come on, brain. Who is this guy? And I didn't get it until they did the reveal.
I thought it was going to be Wild Will up until he gave a name.
Yep.
And there's like, well, definitely if it was Wild Will, they'd have just come out and said it.
Yeah. So Ralph, you've not seen any of these, have you?
No, I'm not particularly good with watching like animated stuff.
I binged the whole thing that's been out so far in probably under an hour, Ralph, honestly.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I mean, there is under an hour of content.
Yes, yeah. The content delivery is weird as well. Like, they'll do episode 1, fine, and then they'll do episode 2, and immediately following on the same video as episode 2 is episode 1.
Yes, that really confused me the first time. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, okay, they've put a couple of episodes in together. Sure, I just hang on, this is just the first episode again, and then all the episodes after it.
It feels like a dance routine, like a 1, a 1, 2, 2, 1, a 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
I imagine it must be some kind of YouTube numbers thing. Like they know that kids are just going to sit and watch it until it like skips to the next thing.
Trying to get those eyes glued to it for enough time to get them an advert in there, and yeah. But they're not bad episodes, and they're fun. You know, I loved it. I think it's the first episode where they do Optimus's dramatic transformation. He's trying to get away from Scorponok, and they do that whole close-up spinning around him, every bit transforming and shifting and changing, and the wheels spinning and the dramatic music, and then they pull back and his wheels are spinning in the sand. He's not getting anywhere, and Scorponok's getting closer to him, and it's like a wah wah moment.
Optimus
Love
is
that.
such a loser in it. I mean, everyone in it has been a loser so far, but it's just especially noticeable with Optimus, and it's amazing.
Oh my god, yeah,
I
definitely.
think like no one in that gets out with their kind of dignity fully intact.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
There's that bit where they all sort of split up to get points and see how much they can sort of earn, and he comes back and I was like, oh, I'm level 3, and then at least one of them Bumblebee's like, yeah, level 5.
Oh, I love
And
I love weirdly Slavic Grimlock as well.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of accent he's supposed to be doing.
I feel like he's
but
channeling like Red Guardian
Yeah,
or something like
it's
that.
very, very entertaining and a kind of a nice change from normal. There's still a bit of the old me Grimlock in there.
Yeah,
but it's
is that
nicely
the
kind of
first
filtered,
time?
I think.
Is that the first time Grimlock's had that kind of voice?
Yeah, it was. I think he was quite posh in what do you call it? Cyberverse. Yeah, there's too many cybers and things now. Yeah, he's quite posh in Cyberverse. In Earthspark, I think he was like a slightly lighter tone of normal Grimlock. I don't think he was quite as kind of gruff, was he?
he had I think he had like PTSD or something.
Yeah.
Like he had real anger management issues, but he was Keith David, who was very well spoken when he wasn't chewing.
Yeah, I think whenever he wasn't in Dino mode, he was speaking fairly normally, and then in Dino mode, he kind of did the whole me Grimlock bit.
Yeah, the show is interesting, and you don't have to pay full attention to it, but there are little Easter eggs, so they know we're watching.
Yep.
There's one shall stand, two will fall. That was quite a good one when they're playing that last man standing game. And was it you, Dan, shared the software number or something? Was it you sent that to us on the chat?
I shared they did the Anakin Skywalker line of
Yes.
sand.
Yeah,
it's
the
coarse
sand.
and
Yeah,
it's rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
yeah.
Exactly.
They had like the reference code for one of the games was 17.09.84, which is like the first date of transmission of Transformers, and little bits and pieces like that that are like you grown men are clearly watching this kid show, so
I mean,
there's something for you.
When I was on the rewatch, I noticed that they'd shoved a couple of like film references in there as well. You got the obvious Jurassic Park reference when Grimlock's chasing after Optimus, and he can see him in his rearview mirror, and there's Cybertronian writing, but we know what it says. There's a Jaws reference in there when Skybites around, and there's a sort of blink and you miss it Akira slide. I don't know if you guys clocked to that one, when there's like, I think Alita is riding on, like at one point Grimlock launches his arm off, and that becomes like a bike.
Yes.
And she Akira slides at the end of that scene.
Cool. It is actually a cool cartoon. It's not clever. It's not like super deep plot wise, but it is cool to watch.
Yeah.
And the characters in it are doing toy stuff. They've got the accessories that the toys come with. Bumblebee's got his knife guns, and Grimlock's head that turns into his hand comes off and turns into a motorbike, and all the stuff that Scorponok's got. They're actually going, hey guys, you can buy these toys, and They're in the shops. Like, they're in the shops the same year that we're showing you this thing, which is an absolute revelation for Hasbro at the moment.
Oh, does that mean they're releasing like a version of Optimus but without the axe? You have to unlock that by playing games.
Oh no, there's no axe. Yeah, I'd forgotten that. Yeah, okay. Not all the accessories are there. All right, but a lot of them are, and the toys are really good fun, and they're nice and cheap. Really, really fun fact: if you buy from Argos, you can get what they call the cyber changers for £10, and you can pick them up in Sainsbury's. But if you walk around the corner from the Sainsbury's Argos counter to the Sainsbury's toy section, you can get it cheaper on the Sainsbury's shelf in the same shop.
And did you find this out after buying one from Argos?
Anyway, moving on. The toys are great.
They're a little bit one-sided, though. I've actually been sitting here transforming them while you lot are chatting about the animation, which is fine. I haven't seen it, and that's not a problem. And I've just been the ones. Some of them come with really cool stuff. Like, is it Snow? Comes with this really cool like club thing. But then Elita doesn't come with anything, and she's got. I just really want some sort of fill-ins for her, because when she turns into sort of a boat, she's just sort of got these massive gaps at one end. And I get it; it's a cheap toy. I'm just tempted to see if there's something made, but they are fun. The only problem with them is the usual SS problem, which is scale and space. Will I keep them because they don't scale with anything? And I don't know if I can find the space. So we shall see.
I think they scale quite well with each other, like within the range that they're supposed to be. He can sit inside. You can sit things on or inside Grimlock in different modes, and the Scorponok has different bits that you can attach figures to and things like that.
Yeah, there's good play value.
Oh yeah, plenty of play value. Not that we play with toys. We're grown adults. We don't sit here and create scenes. Or no. But yeah, no, there is terrific play value. If you're a kid and this is your first Transformers toy, you're doing really well, because these are amazing. And yeah, the Grimlock is currently on sale in certain places, so I might be looking at that.
The Scorponok is like 40. How much is the Grimlock?
20.
I like the look of the Scorponok, but I just can't justify it. It's so big. It's really cool looking though. I hadn't realised Grimlock was that cheap actually. But again, what would I do with it?
This is the thing, and this is I mean, Jay, how many of these do you own? You probably own the most out.
More than 3.
Contending with Ralph.
I've got 4. I've got both Optimuses, the small and the large, but I might get rid of the small one because I don't like it. I've got Megatron, Elita 1, Snarl. I absolutely couldn't stand the look of the insect one, whatever it was, and I didn't like the look of Galvatron either. And I haven't bought. No, I think I've got Bumblebees. Bumblebee is on the shelf with all the other Bumblebees. So I've got 5. But the 2 I didn't buy, I could have bought, but I didn't like the look of them. And I haven't bought any of the big ones.
I kind of want a Chop's job now I've seen him in the show. He's such a horrible little freak.
Exactly. And he would sit nicely next to some of the other Insecticons. Like, his colour scheme would go really well with the Venom, whatever. So
yeah, I mean they're not collector's toys by a long shot. There's no elbows. For some reason they've got knees but no elbows. The heads don't turn. They've
only got knees so you can fold them up and put them away, haven't they? So
they've got knees so they can sit inside Grimlock.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. Have you got a favourite, Ralph? Have you got one that you like best so far?
I think that my favourite of them, in terms of the look of them, is it Snarl? Is it Snarl?
Yeah.
I think it just looks brilliant. In robot mode, pretty good as good as you'd expect in dinosaur mode. And I actually think Megatron looks amazing, but unfortunately with Megatron, it's the whole, what am I going to do with you? You just don't make any sense. But it is Megatron, and I do have a lot of Megatrons, and he might get kept just because he's Megatron. The only one I haven't liked, really, is the smaller Optimus Prime. I think Snarl's amazing. Snarl's lovely. I was thinking about it. I wonder how he will look next to Volcanius. I might go and volcanoes in a minute and see what he looks like next to him. That's my
so
favourite.
Phil, do you have any of the Cyberworld toys?
I have one Cyberworld toy, which is it's the Skybite. It's a Skybite that transforms into a car. I mean I'm being
loved
generous.
the way they handled that in the show. She's like, "Ha, Skybite, you suck because you're not a car on land," and there's just actually, and just wheels.
Yeah, it's literally a shark with wheels on it, and honestly, it's incredible. It's the most fun. It's this cool little callback to the old RID cartoon, but yeah, that is just beautiful. He doesn't need.
He flew, didn't he? No idea.
Oh yeah, but there was like one episode. There was one episode where he got like car bits on him or something.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember what you're talking about.
Exactly, but this is just it's so cute. It's like some kind of Hot Wheels collab or something like that. So yeah, I couldn't resist buying that. It's beautiful. Randomly covered with lots of 5mm ports, so you can stick like a million guns on him or blast effects. It's just such a charming little thing. So it's amazing. He doesn't scale with anything. He doesn't really go with anything, but he's cool. He's cool into them. But I don't think I need more of them. And that's the crux of why I know it's definitely not for me. Even as much as I'm enjoying the show and I'm liking the characters and I think the toys are cool, but they're just not quite my speed. Like that Scorponok's really tempting, but he doesn't have knees. Like, I can't. I feel like I can't go back. I feel like I'm going back to my old G1 toys, and it's like this nostalgia only takes me so far. And it's like, yeah, but I need some basic articulation, like ankle tilts, whatever. Wrist articulation doesn't necessary, but come on, give him some knees. I need that just to convince that little switch in my brain that says, all right, he can stand next to the rest of your toys.
Yeah, but it's not for us.
It's not exactly, and that is 100% fine. But that's the thing. I understand that, but I was like, I want this plus. Like, I'd go for like a Generations version of Megatron as a bull, like a Voyager scale thing or something. I think that would be really cool. I'd go for like an Alita as a like a speedboat. I think that would be awesome as well. But as it is, they're just like they're novelties, but not for me.
There's loads of novelty to the design. There's loads of interesting ideas there. For me, they're desk bots. So if I'm on a phone call, if I'm waiting for something to compile or to load, I will sit and fiddle one. You can flick it backwards and forwards. You can do Optimus Prime one-handed. You don't even have to use both hands to transform him.
Jane, what you get up to with Optimus Prime in your own time is none of our business.
But yeah, I like collecting. It's a nice little dopamine hit for not too, and there's not too much guilt attached to it either because they're nice and cheap, and you just go, hey, I got a new toy. It's a new Optimus. It's a new whatever. Ralph, I really like the Optimus. I think he's fun. I think he's silly, and it's just does what it needs to do. It just flicks between a red truck and a robot, and it's all right. He's actually kind of probably one of my favorites, but they're also really fiddly. Like the Chop Shop, it's supposed to be like a 3-step changer, but you have to like wiggle bits and loosen bits up to get them out. So I don't know how like a 6 or 7-year-old is going to transform this. It's going to be constantly put into a parent's hand. Dad, I need this to transform again. It's not like those sort of RID 2015 1-steps where you just flick them over and they snap up. They are awkward.
When I was a 6-year-old, my parents bought me Beast Wars Trifredicus.
Oh yeah, and
that did not get transformed.
No,
let me tell you now. I think I tore the wings off Cicadon or whatever the Cicada one is, and had those for a while, and then the rest of it somehow disappeared into the ether.
I just feel like I struggle with these sometimes. The Wheeljack in particular is my least favourite, and if you've not seen it, the cartoon about the big stick, I had that moment where Wheeljack got stuck and he wouldn't untransform, and I was thinking, I need a big stick for this guy.
I mean, it's basic procedure.
Yes, basic procedure. I like them. I'd recommend them to somebody who wants just a cheap, cheerful toy that they can sit on a desk and play with. They're not display pieces. They're not collector's pieces, but they're fun. They've got that G1, transform them in the same time it takes you to make the noise. Yeah,
But
cool.
also, we don't want our toys to be fun.
If you're not traumatized, are you a fan? I'm thinking about getting the Grimlock, but I don't know where I'd put it. And so I might draw the line at just the little ones. It's one of those things. But I'm a sucker for a sale.
I tell you what, is there, again, not aimed at me, but is there actually a game of this?
No.
No.
At least not yet.
It feels like Hasbro dropping the ball again on actually, like having media that actually crosses, so you get a toy, you get a cartoon, you get in this case, a very obvious game. And the games that they play are not really Transformers specific games. Like there's one level where Optimus has to, drive, and then he has to be a robot, and then, like certain bits where he's timed. But
I think
you could
Jay
literally
put it best
reskin.
I think Jay put it best where he said it's very Fortnite-esque, where there's, there's just a lot of different mini games and things you can do.
Absolutely. So you could literally just get any kind of off-the-shelf thing, reskin it with a couple of Transformers, throw in some mild transformation, and boom, you've got, 'cause it just feels like a missed opportunity because everything is there, like you can see like all the UI around, and when they get power-ups and they're leveling up, and it's all there. And it's kind of like, this is fun. But then you just want to go, but how can I play it? You can't. There's no game.
There's not a lot of information about this series out there. Even things like episode titles are a bit confused. Like nobody's sure what the episodes are called, or
because they've got weird YouTube bait titles. Yeah.
But from what I was reading on the wiki, apparently this show is still being written right now. Like we've got up to episode 14. Apparently up to episode 18 or 19 has been written, and then the next few episodes are being written at the moment. So it's not a thing that it's not like Earthspark where they made it and then released it and did all the stuff around it and then eventually released some of the toys, which was a bizarre way of doing it. I think they've gone basically like toys to cartoon rather than cartoon to toys. So I think the cartoon's being made as they go. So there's not going to be any game tie-in for another year at least, I think. But if they get one in, sometime in the early next year, that'd be fantastic. Just a mobile game would do, wouldn't it?
Yes, I agree that a phone game would probably be the thing. Isn't there about 4 going at the moment anyway, though? Wouldn't it be easier for them to have, what is it, Battlegrounds or something is going at the moment? Wouldn't it be easier for them to just fill in their characters into that? I can't remember what they're called now, because I don't play games on my phone. I very proudly the other day played my phone memory usage, and there was not a single game on it. But I would have thought there was other games that are currently going they could just fling the characters into. But I would have thought the actual generation of any new games, given the disaster that was whatever it was called, that never actually got released, reactivate, would mean that they would be very cold on coming up with a new game at the moment.
Earth Wars is still going. Simon Furman is still writing the little texty bits in between base building on Earth Wars. You could potentially throw them into there, although I don't know. I don't think they would fit. But I agree with you, Phil. I think it would be really cool to see a multiplayer, capture the flag or complete the task or whatever. Games like that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So Cyberworld's doing well. I hope it keeps going. I hope kids really get into it.
One final thing about Cyberworld before we move on, and the one bad thing against it I have, the theme song for it is atrocious and is stuck in my head. It's like na 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 na.
It is definitely designed to be an earworm, and it's I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's just some words from Transformers that we know that we've put together.
I mean, also though, I did grow up with the Cybertron theme, so I may not be the best judge of this.
No, kick-ass theme, Cybertron, one of the best. Not as good as Prime, but a good thing. But that's a whole other podcast. We could talk for ages about what has the best music. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Cyberworld has possibly the most irritating theme, and it does stick in your head for a long time. And because it's at the end of every episode, you get it every 5 minutes. So yeah. But yeah, Cyberworld's pretty cool, and it's worth grabbing a couple and seeing if you like them or not. It's not going to break the bank to try it, and right. So moving on from Cyberworld to grown-up toys, because we are all grown-ups. Age of the Primes is doing the 13 Primes, and Alpha Trion accepted, who's had all the toys. They're producing some brand new guys, some new stuff that have never had a toy before. Who here is collecting the 13 Primes? Because I'm one of them. You guys collecting them too?
Yep.
Yes.
That makes 2 of us, 3 of us.
Ralph, you're looking blank again.
I'm not. I've dabbled. I actually bought one, and then, as you're well aware, I gave it away. Partly just to be nice to somebody that I thought it would be nice to be nice to. But the ones that I have been interested in, Quintus was one of the ones I was interested in. I haven't gelled with the style. Where I'm using the Quintesson characters is within a 3D printed pit, which is, I don't know if you can really see behind me, to be honest. And it just doesn't fit that style. I haven't been. I mean, there was some like the purple one, the lady one that came out, one of the
Solus.
the only one I walked into Smith's with the intention of buying one day. I thought, if I'm not going to buy anything else, I'll buy that, and it had gone. I get it. It's a good idea. I do think it's a good idea. I don't really think that they look particularly well together, though. I think the Optimus in particular stands out like a sore thumb. I'm not seeing the style relevance.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Ralph. I mean, though I am collecting them, I do agree with you because, and this is actually what I think makes them great, is the fact that the designs are so diverse. Like, it's almost like these guys are the original. They're supposed to be like the original Transformers. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of they're so unique. Before they all sort of like muddled up and bred, or however Transformers work. And you obviously got these kind of design elements, which sort of you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But these are kind of like the pure form, so they are their very own distinct things. And you can't really like you sit on Macronus side by side, and then you've got who's the big centaur guy?
Onyx.
Yeah, you sit there and it's like, are these even from the same toy line? You're like, I haven't actually gone in on Onyx yet, because in my head it's like, it doesn't really look like a Transformer to me. It looks like a damn cool looking toy, but does he look like a Transformer? I'm not quite there, but I do think it's brilliant, because the other thing that they're doing is they're literally just let's go back and find this G1 toy and we'll give it articulation. It's just like, hey guys, here's sea spray. It's like, this kind of character, you know what to expect. But with these characters, like you said, with the exception of Alpha Trion and Star Optimus Prime or Star Convoy, they're completely new.
Yeah, well, and Vector Prime as well, since technically he's one of them. Although
he's on the way.
He's not yet been released in the range.
I imagine he'll.
Are they re-releasing him?
I think they're going to re-release him probably in that kind of goldy color scheme he had in like some versions.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot he was in that list, that collection. Actually, I've got him sitting with the primes on my shelf, and I keep forgetting. It's like a weird family photo when you put them all together. Like, there's different ages and there's different completely different people. Like, they're not. So your G1 shelf, your season 1 G1 generation shelf, is very red and blue with some yellow in it, and then your Decepticon shelf is purple and blue and black and that sort of thing. And your 13 Primes is nope. There is no matching here. There's no connection. There's no style. You're absolutely right about Onyx. Does not look like a Transformer, but looks amazing in all 3 modes. However you stand him, he's just got this big wing spread. He's got the fangs and the claws and everything else going on. And then you've got tiny little Micronus. You can perch him somewhere. You can have him coming out of his armor. I don't like his armorizer mode where you pull them apart and you put them onto things. I don't see myself using that. I know
the actual...
Ralph, you love an armorizer, don't you? You love pull them apart and add on bits and stick them on other robots.
I think for me, I do like that. But I was surprised that Optimus looked so plain. I get that he is a nod to the original style and toy, but to me, even amongst a lot of differences within that range, he just doesn't look right at all. There isn't the level of detail on him that there is on the others. That in particular for me, funnily enough, because I will buy an Optimus quite easily and add him to the Optimus collection. To me, that was one of the ones that really stuck out as just not fitting at all.
Are those actual light-up eyes, Phil?
Yes. It's a third-party kit I got through quite recently, and it's you can kind of...
For the benefit of the tape, Phil has taken the most expensive of the 13 Primes and made him even more expensive by adding LED lights, and they look extremely cool, and it's money well spent. Yeah, it looks amazing.
Gotta love that. But yes, no, I agree with everything you're saying, Ralph. But again, clearly I have it in hand, so it didn't have quite the same effect on me. Like, yeah, it's so slavish to the original one that it does feel very basic. And for like a toy its size as well, I mean, there is greebling on it, but it does feel like quite simple compared to other Titans, like even like Tidal Wave or something, or one of the other kind of more recent ones. It still feels quite simple compared to them.
I think really the thing about Starcom and the reason I'm not really too fussed about getting him, he was kind of shoehorned in as the version of Optimus for that Prime, so they had an excuse to release a Star Convoy.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really tempted when he dropped in price on Amazon last week, but I've got nowhere to put him. Nowhere to put him at all, and he won't fit on the shelf at all. So I think I'm going to end up with 12 rather than 13. That'll be a bit. Which would be a bit disappointing, but
12 and we'll just find a slightly different look. You could have the Steam Train Optimus Prime as your 13th.
From the timelines.
Yeah, he'd go well next to the Fallen.
I think so. Well, I was going to say Megatronus, the Fallen, is an incredible toy.
He is really good.
I like it. I like taking him down off the shelf and just messing around with him, transforming him. I think he's brilliant.
I think.
And I got toy hacks for Solus Prime, and she's gone Viking. She's got Viking tattoos now, which they were on sale, and so for a few quid, she looks absolutely incredible now. She still transforms like horrible, awful plastic crap, but she looks good doing it.
I'm so tempted to get the toy hacks for all of them because they look so pretty. But then I'll have to sit and apply it to all of them, and I don't know if I've got the patience to do every single one.
Yeah, I still have a pile of toy hack stickers. It's like
I really want them for Micronus though, because they give him like space pants on his armor.
Everyone loves space pants.
Awesome.
I've only ever had toy hacks second hand, so people have put them on things I have then bought. I don't think I've never bought a set independently. Funnily enough, that was actually a bad experience because that was Hegemon, was the Megatron. I still think is probably the best Voyager deluxe size Megatron you can get. And I expected him to turn up grey, and he had an entire suit of Toy Hex stickers, which made him entirely silver. So
Nice.
I'm never going to get them off there. It does look nice, but I wasn't expecting it that colour. I didn't know that somebody had done that. So, but they're impressive things.
They make a big difference, and the only problem is it's like the price is it's some of those sticker sheets are the same nearly as the actual figure that they're going on, and they are custom made. They are, they work out all the sizes and the shapes. They're beautifully die cut. They make such a difference. Our good friend Lee Spiderfather was recently posting up pictures of the several hundred tiny window stickers for Triptychon. He's done his second Titan Triptychon toy hacks, which must mean the guy's taken a holiday or something to do that, because they were every little tiny one.
I did their kit for Omega Supreme, but I did that over the COVID lockdown because the express purpose of giving me something to kill the hours. I think that took me about 3 days to do.
Wow. Yeah, they are incredible, and worth a look.
I think they definitely different toys sort of lend themselves to, I don't know, like varying amounts of value, I would say. So if you get like I don't know, one toy might be, there's a couple of like toy accurate stickers that they whack on him, or an extra bit of random detailing, but then you'll get a toy like Wheeljack or Jazz, and none of the new toys have all of like the authentic sponsor stickers or the full-on livery, and that is transformative for me. Like the ones where it's kind of race car livery, that's where Toy Hacks takes it up to the next level, and for me that makes it worth it.
Yeah, definitely. And I've seen your photographs of your stickered up, and it makes the alt mode so much better.
Yeah.
It kind of looks a bit like tattoos on the bot mode. Like he's just gone in and said, I want half of a Martini logo on my arm or something like that. It when it gets broken up, it's not as good, but when it's all together in that alt mode, it looks incredible. Yeah. To my mind, in my opinion. So of the 13, have we got favourites? Have we got ones that we really are, really glad we picked up? I'm going to start with you, Phil, if that's all right.
Yeah. I've got to say, he wasn't at first. Before I got the new head from oh my god, my head's completely gone blank for a second there. Might need to. Will, don't know why. Apologies, Will. Your name, out of sight, out of mind. Before I got the third party head from Will, Prima Prime, however you want to call him, wasn't top of my list. But now with a new head, I would say he's definitely up there. He just looks epic. He looks kind of that kind of iconically heroic. You get the feeling that he's like one of the first. He's like almost this pure white deco, and and the new head that he's got just makes him look.
I've got to say, I skipped out on Primer at first because he looked like the dullest one out of the selection. Now I've seen that DNA kit, I really, really want him.
I'm happy that I find him serviceable, but I think with your picks, Phil, makes him look a bit Masters of the Universe, a bit epic, like you say, epic hero, a bit sort of dramatic, and I don't know. I like him as an everyman. Like the first Transformer made is a bloke, But and then here's the sword that controls all of life on this planet. Go for it. What? Oh, what about you, Dan? What's your favourite 13 that you've collected so far?
So my favourite, I think it's a toss-up between Megatronus and Onyx, which I don't think is going to be too interesting. What I would like to talk about is my disappointment with Micronus.
Oh no! Really?
Go for it.
Yeah. So I've been back and forth on whether I actually like him or not. When he was announced, I saw him. I really liked the look of him. I just thought it was a really interesting concept, and it was them kind of doing something new and original. I was really excited to get him. Got him in hand. He just doesn't really do a lot. The full robot mode is a bit stumpy and doesn't pose well. The vehicle mode's nothingy, and the armorizer mode really touched on. The biggest chunk of it only works if you've got an aerial bot.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I did see that.
So yeah, I want the stickers from him because he looks a lot better with the stickers, and I do still like his kind of dumpy look. And the actual winner, Micronus, is quite pretty.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, just as a toy, he was a bit disappointing.
Oh,
Wow.
right, okay.
I
Very
mean,
different
I found it.
experience. Go, Jay.
Yeah. Well, no, I was saying I found it okay. He's got that cool little gimmick of going inside the armor and the armor transforming and things like that. I'm not interested in
Yeah.
taking the armor apart and attaching it to people, mostly because of those wing wheel things, the hub wheels that just stick out. They just seem to just get in the way.
I think if they put a little bit more effort into the armor, and had a slightly tighter alt mode and maybe some more joints, I'd like it a lot more.
I honestly, I think what we've got, for me, it's a lot of fun. It's simple, but quite elegant in its execution. I love the fact that he looks like an old school minicon. Just slot him in there in the suit, and then the weird little monocycle thing that he rides. I think it's awesome. I like the way he clips in. Yeah, the whole thing's a win for me, to be honest. So very different reaction.
But I'm very looking forward to Amalgus, the Analogous.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the least interesting one to me because he's just bits.
No, but
He's just
he's-
bits, and it's like
He's such a weird.
can put
He's
them
such
together.
a weird little guy. It's great.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
but
a
only
proper
because-
armorizer, and he turns into like 15 different things.
exactly. I feel like it's kind of going back to sort of Diaclone.
Yeah.
It's like a little truck thing, and a little jet.
I can't deal with anything that doesn't have a proper face.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, that's
any
fair.
of those, any of that endless blinking movie car that had like a single eye that came. Oh, awful.
Oh,
So
Dead
not a
end.
Shockwave or a Whirl fan then.
I don't mind Shockwave. I think Shockwave gets away with it. A lot of them just look like a poor attempt at ROM. And actually, I think Malgus does that. I think Malgus looks awful with that sort of half face. But yeah, I mean, Shockwave is sort of iconic to it, and you can get away with it, and ROM gets away with it, and the baddies in Battlestar Galactica, which at this point escape me. And I really have a problem with the ones that don't have proper faces. I don't know why. It's one of my things. There you go. Maybe it's an excuse for
Okay.
me to not spend money.
We all need our rules for this collecting thing. For me, it's the thing where they're like it's 15 modes. And like, no, you've just stuck his feet on his arms. You've just stuck his legs together in a different way, and you've taken his head off and put it on his back. That's not 15 modes. That's just
Evo
pulling it apart and
Fusion.
putting it back together again. Oh my
use your
god! Yeah.
imagination and create new modes.
Oh, I am approaching 50. I don't have an imagination anymore. It's all gone. It's all 5-minute YouTube
You need
videos.
to go to the fan mode thread on TFN more.
Yes, yeah. I've seen a couple of those things, and do you know, actually it does remind me of the fan mode threads. Like, you remember when that concept Megatron came out and people were like, you can make him into a gun, and I was going, that's a ballerina pose. That's not a gun. That's somebody doing yoga. It's yeah, I mean, I will get him because I like the look of the primes. I like the idea of all of them on the shelf together, and I will get him. But I'm not looking forward to him. But I am looking forward to Quintus with his sort of wibbly tentacles.
He's quite. Although I'm not too sure about his alt mode yet, just because he's a kind of just a tentacle ship, which is a bit. But
tentacle ships we normally reserve for those Japanese cartoons.
yeah,
So.
but I'll wait and see some videos of him in hand. I think I'll probably still get him for completion's sake, but
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it, how we do this to ourselves, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I will buy it. I won't enjoy it, but I'll buy it. Yeah.
I mean, I think at least the thing I like about the primes, I think it's the same kind of thing that like makes the wreckers and things appealing, where you've got like a team to work towards as a goal, but they're all quite different still.
Yes.
So they kind of
Yeah.
they stand on their own, even kind of while you're building the team up. Whereas things like you know getting an ARC crew and that kind of thing don't really appeal to me because it's like guy who's a car, guy who's a car, guy who's a car.
Yes, but one of them is a Countach, and one of them is you got to know what car they are, and then it makes a whole difference. It's weird for me. My favorite is also my most annoying, because I love Onyx Prime. I think he's fantastic. He looks, like I said, he looks amazing in all of his modes. The thing where his middle legs fold up and become shoulder pads is really cool. His jaw closes up to, like, his helmet closes up, and that makes a mouth and a beast face. And then he's got a second head that flicks over for that other mode. But whoever designed his bow and arrow and his archery thing has never seen somebody hold a bow and shoot an arrow in their life, because you can't put him into an archer's pose. He can't hold his arm out and hold the bow and hold the arrow at the same time. It just does not work. And that's frustrating. And his front feet when he's an animal are just his hands, just literally just stretched out, and it feels like they were so close.
You can work around that. You can fold the arms back and get just the 4 hoofed feet out.
Oh, another fan mode, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that one. But I like the 6-legged monster idea. I love that.
Yeah.
But like, there's just little bits where I go, it was so close. It was like so close to being perfect, and it just sort of let it down somewhere. But I do love them, and I'll be getting the rest of them to complete this. I won't be getting Alpha Trion though, because he's nice. If he's on offer, I might pick him up. But I've got Titan's Return Alpha Trion, and he is fantastic.
Yeah, but this one comes with a book.
I will not be replacing him.
How many Transformers come with a book?
One.
Well, this one is a unicorn lion, you know, and a spaceship.
Yeah. Did we mention he's got a quill?
It's got a quill as well.
Then in that case, I'll buy 3.
No, I think Dan touched on a good point in the, like you make up your headcanon, and if you want to have, your Titan's Return A3 as your Alpha Trion, then you can go ahead. I think I'm the one person that doesn't like the Megatronus. I never liked that character in the old comics. I thought he was just a bit of a tryhard, to be honest. It's like, could you be any edgier with your flames coming out there and your
I also want the DNA kit for Megatronus because it comes with even more flames and a chainsaw.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had a chainsaw at any point in the comic, or if they just thought it'd be cool if we gave him a chainsaw. But it's a cool chainsaw.
It does look cool. But yeah, just a little too edgelord for my liking. So he's probably the one where I really won't actually pick him up. Like Onyx, if he goes on a bit of a discount, probably will be in for that. Or if there's like a repaint with slightly more interesting deco than just beige and copper. But otherwise, I'm all in.
I mean, I can sort of see your point. I feel like the edgelordiness was the point of the Megatronus character, and the whole like I am entropy, I am destruction, whether I want to be or not, and then he gets tricked into killing his partner, and it's there are 13 Transformers. There are only 13 Transformers, and he manages to kill the only one that's a woman. That's
yeah.
That
properly sounds like another reason not to buy him.
He's a misogynist. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll stand firm with our sisters. We will not accept the fallen.
Can you call yourself a misogynist if there is only one woman in your species?
Can you call yourself a misogynist if there's only none?
Hating on one specific person.
Well, that's the whole thing in his story, isn't it? Is that he doesn't hate her. It's a love turned sour by manipulation. It's one of those edgelordy gothic romances, isn't it? It's yeah. I like the toy. I think the toy is fantastic. Mine's got one minor flaw where when you twist his knees, the whole leg just pops out. But I think we're just getting to that point with Hasbro where you just expect flaws like that now, and you just deal with them.
It's battle damage.
I'm in for the rest of the primes. Anything else that you guys standing out to you about the primes? Ralph, will you be picking up any more as they come out? You mentioned Quintus earlier.
No, I do like the thought of a Quintus Prime, but I don't like anything about it. It's very it's movie styled really, which actually I don't mind the movie one. I've got the weird Toys R Us one, but it doesn't fit in with where I want it to go, and I would only be buying it for it. I wouldn't be buying it because it's part of the 12 of the 13. I do like the human's haircut, the skirt, but other than that, I agree with with Dan as well. I don't actually think it looks particularly good in its alt mode. It is the one that would have made me buy one. That is the one that would have made me buy. I thought it would be my Cronus actually, because I do like funny little. I do like mini cons and ridiculous things like that. But I actually saw that in the flesh in Smith's, and I didn't. And I really don't like that monocycle thing. I think that is a half an idea. But no, my apologies. That is the one that would have got me. And I've seen various pictures of it, and I just don't like the design at all, and it's not going to fit with the rest of my Quint family. So no, my apologies. That is the one that should have got me. But I don't like the design.
Well, absolutely valid. Absolutely fine. Any other closing thoughts on the 13? Will you be looking out for more as they come?
Who do we have left who hasn't been revealed?
The combiner.
Yeah.
Amalgamate? No, not amalgamate.
Nexus Prime is
Nexus
combiner.
Prime, yeah.
There's what? Oh!
And Liege Maximo.
Yes. Yeah, I think those are the other two.
So, I mean, I've got pre-orders in for the next few that are coming in, because I would like to see that shelf completed.
Yeah. I'm all in on the Primes and all in on Bruticus. And then...
Oh, God, yes.
The rest of the line I'll kind of take or leave as I see it.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple of in that line where it's just like, I'll wait till it hits the stores, and if it sells out, it sells out.
Yeah. But isn't that frustrating? Like, when you're in this collection hobby thing, and then they bring one thing out, like they brought out Vortex, and we all went, oh, God, I'm getting those then, aren't I? It's like, I would like some, agency. I'd like to be able to control some of my decisions, please.
They do look really good. No, let's go too far back. But yeah, they do look really good. I'm almost glad that they didn't start with Bruticus, because I think you can see how it's slightly elevated from the Stunticons and then from the aerial bots, especially what they're doing with the legs.
Yeah, I mean, I feel Onslaught works a bit better for that model anyway, because he always has had the big long trailer.
Yep.
And it's kind of been detrimental to the other modes having that vehicle mode on like previous models.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think he's less of a frame though, isn't he? The Bruticus. The limbs are limbs this time around, aren't they?
So
just the legs.
The legs.
Just the legs.
Yeah, the legs are. Oh, sure, but then does the trailer turn into the skeleton for the arms then?
Correct.
We believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, but it makes more sense. Yeah, with the character, because the result of Superior looks amazing, but they pretty much had to invent this extra spaceship mode for him to make that extra bulk make sense.
I don't know what you're talking about, Phil. That's what all Concords looked like. They all had a giant brick on the back.
I'd like to see.
That is actually dreadful. I will admit my ongoing PR attempt at putting CW rules on every single thing I can find about any of the new combiners is entirely validated by that awful thing that they did to Silverbolt by putting a pancake on the back of him.
I mean,
I'll tell you what's worse is I'd like to see the conversation where they say to Silverbolt that the flying guy who is afraid of heights, we've invented this cool thing that will send you into space. Like,
No, that's fine, because once you're in space, you're not actually high up.
Exactly. You can't look down. There's no down.
Yeah. Height becomes meaningless in space.
Just screaming all the way up there. I like it, and I think the trailer for the Concorde is a nice compromise. I don't think it looks hideous. I don't think it looks like a Concorde at all, but it doesn't look like they've just jammed a square on the back of it. They've made it flow.
It does look reminiscent of, like an Autobot shuttle type thing. Very much in keeping with that kind of design aesthetic. So it does work in that way. I'm not saying it's horrible, but it is clearly made up. Like, he never had that, right? Whereas for Menasor and for Onslaught, sorry, I'm getting the Bruticus, it does make sense that these combiners have all this extra bulk that goes somewhere.
Phil, it's all made up, Phil. It's all made up. Like somebody invented it at some point. It's just pretend.
No. Different kind of made up. They just made it. As long if you make it up when you're a kid, then it's fine. And I've grown up with it, and I've established it, and that's part of the law now.
They could have done what a lot.
No,
of
I know what you mean.
A lot of the third-party companies do, where they just make an entirely separate vehicle / robot out of the bits.
Yeah.
That
People were saying they could have made like I don't know, some kind of base, like like a, I don't know, like a airport tower or something for the other jets to kind of dock with or something like that. But it's fine.
Is it Zeta Toys? The frame is a stand for all the aeroplanes, isn't it? Like they all perch on different parts of the framework spread out. And what was the other? Oh, they're doing Is it Kang Toys? They're doing Dinobots at the moment, and the hands combine and they make like a spider that will presumably follow the Dinobots around. It just seems like I don't know. Put it on the shelf. Put it in the combiner mode. Put it in a box. Whatever you want to do, you don't have to attach it. Nobody's saying you have to have it. No, I don't see another way of doing it by law that well.
Otherwise, the Transformers police will come to your house and beat you.
Oh God, they've already been around once this week. I do not need it again.
What did you do, Jay?
I suggested that G1 wasn't the best, and yeah, that was it. Oh God, I've said it again. Yeah,
they're on their way. We're gonna swat you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to Bruticus.
Yeah.
Ralph, I know you love the Combiner Wars thing, but they don't stand up. They fall over.
Yeah.
They pitch forward. Their knees go.
They are wobbly. They're quite janky. Honestly, I've got both Superions standing here, and honestly, I do love the invention, and the engineering that actually went into Silverbolt. I mean, it was so good they reused it like for every other character, right? Everything is remolds of Silverbolt. I do love that, and I love the interchangeability of Combiner Wars. But you set them side by side, and I'm sorry, but this new Superion is superior.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the Combiner Wars were innovative for the time, but our mate Will said he looked at his shelves and he went, I've bought the same damn toy 1,800 times. Like, it's just in different colours, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting Bruticus in the new year. That'll be quite fun. Yeah, fantastic. So 13 primes and combiners all look. There's lots of stuff to look forward to this year.
Yeah, we're being well served.
Post Christmas.
You're talking about things which, like the bad news and the good news. And the good news is honestly, again, ask my bank balance. They've been putting out some banging toys, some great stuff coming out. So that's definitely the good news, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So good news to us stuff. Toy of the week. It doesn't have to be something you bought this week, but what is your current Deskbot, your current Fiddlebot, your current favourite, something you picked up recently?
I don't buy that many toys anymore. I have bought some of Cyberworld. I do think they are good. I didn't buy them all recently. I found a funny little comic shop in the middle of nowhere that actually had them, and I hadn't seen them before. The toy that I bought recently that I have been playing with a lot is surprisingly part of a line that I've got rid of everything else. I bought and it's cheap at the moment in B&M. It's $12.99. The two Transformers, Optimus and Megatron, that spin round and fight each other. I can't remember what they're called, but they go like this and fight each other. And I've got rid of both of them because they were both awful. And I kept all of the accessories, which include an excellent axe and a club. Um, and but I came across they do more of them. And I came across them in the Entertainer. And I have bought this one, who I absolutely adore. And I keep playing with it. And I can't even remember his name off the top of my head. I'm just going to put his bits back on. I've literally been sitting here playing with it. Is it Omega? What's this guy?
Is that Alpha Trion?
Yeah, it's Alpha Trion. So I can never remember his name. And he's got this fantastic like blue club, which is also obviously his tail. And he's got this stupid ray gun thing, which is going to become his horn in a minute because it's actually one of the few transformers I can actually transform. And it's just this. It's part of this range that is meant to spin around and hit each other, and you will like win this game. But the thing that did it for me with him actually is that his arms can hold his weapons, and stay out because Optimus and Megatron, their arms just flap about. You can't do anything with them. Whereas this guy, actually, you can sort his arms out so that they actually stay in one place, and you can put his weapons in them. And his ray gun, just putting on his head at the moment. There we go. His ray gun turns into his horn, and his mace turns into his tail like that. There we go, and there he is. And I think he's really cool. And he's like beast mode. Like he's got his ray gun sticking
Oh my
out.
God.
It's just great fun, and it was £7.50. In the Entertainer, and that's my favourite toy at the moment to just mess about with. Even though I don't know what to do with it, it doesn't fit anywhere. It's not in scale with anything. It just entertains me massively. That's my toy of the week.
Right, Dan. What's on your desk?
Yes, so I have been fiddling with him just off of frame for pretty much the entire episode. It is HasLab Omega Prime. I've actually had him about 2 months now. I didn't actually get in on the crowdfund when it started because I didn't have the money at the time. Luckily, as was foretold in the Ancient Prophecies, our friend Will bought him and then a couple of months later got rid of him. So I have stolen him. I say stolen him.
Yeah,
I've stolen him for quite a bit of money. But the big
Given him a
advantage
good
is my copy has already had the chest fixed by someone else.
Hey.
So he is absolutely lovely. I've had no problems with his chest. I have transformed him so many times now. I probably get normally 4 or 5 goes on something before it goes on a shelf. This guy has kept coming down and getting fiddled with again. And yeah, he's really nice. The weaponizer Blue Bolt has a really cool design in robot mode, surprisingly, for something that I thought was just going to sit on there as a weapon forever. And yeah, he's great.
I've never watched Robots in Disguise, and then I started watching it on YouTube recently.
Yeah,
and I was going,
you don't need to watch Robots in Disguise. No one needs to watch it.
It's so stupid.
Yes.
And it's so unrelentingly like, this is how dumb everything is. This is the stupid we're doing. And I'm going, oh no, I quite like this. This is the shark tried to escape with the explosives, and he said, I better not bite too hard. And then he bit too hard, and it was hilarious somehow. And I'm going, oh my God, I'm actually into this now. And now I'm going to have to start looking at how much the toys are. And
Yes, and there are some great.
yeah, I'm really
toys in
pleased
that
you got him. I'm really pleased
I'm
you've
really
got
pleased.
him.
I was so gutted that I didn't get the crowdfund because it's one of the few HasLabs that I was actually like Star Saber I got and really liked. None of the others that have gone I've been interested in, but like Omega Prime was like, oh man, I really want that, and I was like, I literally do not have the money to drop on it at the time this crowdfund ends. So I'm glad I got him in the end.
Cool. No, I'm really pleased. Phil,
Yeah.
what are we playing with at the moment?
We've already spoken about a few of my recent acquisitions. All of the Age of the Prime stuff has been incredible. We've also had Missing Link RC. She's dropped. That's also amazing. But Toy of the Month has to go to. So this is the KO of the Jinrai masterpiece, and he is. I mean, this for a knockoff this is absolutely incredible. This is, I would say, verging on flawless. Looking at other reviews and people who have actually handled the original, it's just incredible. And I don't collect Masterpiece by its very nature. I think I've got one other, which is the Shockwave Masterpiece that came out, the kind of Toon Deco one. But I could not resist this. I saw that the price of it was basically sub £100.
Wow.
Looking on in demand at the moment, if you just want the inner bot, 140 quid. So it made all the sense in the world to get him, and he's just incredible. Honestly, I just there's such a range of motion and character, and all the little accessories about him, and just it's on another level for me. That's incredible. I like the fact that he's still scaled with most of the mainline bots that I've got. So in theory, he could sit with other, which is the big thing for me, and probably another barrier to getting in on Masterpiece, because like all the car bots would be just too big and stuff. So he's a good toe into it. I hope I don't start collecting Masterpiece. That might just be the be all and end all of that.
I'm too young and pretty to be a Masterpiece collector.
Dan, you said that out loud.
So, I mean, have you taken any photographs of him with Studio Series 86 Optimus?
Oh, I have not. No. That sounds like an opportunity for a photo shoot. I feel like, that could get some creative juices going on.
That'd be an interesting one for the socials, I think. Absolutely.
Yeah. How about you, Jay?
Cool.
What about what's your pick of this month?
This is like my top three, but I've been on AliExpress because I got inspired by you, Phil, and you brought in the ice lolly robot.
Yes.
So I got the pistachio flavor of him.
Love it.
Oh no, I'm allergic to them.
They are incredible.
Been flicking that backwards and forwards, but then because it gets the people who bought this also bought other things. So the Coca-Cola soda pop samurai robot.
Nice.
He is
that almost looks like a Ninja Turtle.
It really does. It's got that kind of 80s toy vibe. He is a little tubby, like, cola bottle that just bits of him flick out and the hat come up and things like that. And, it's fantastic. Fantastically silly.
Yeah, he looks like he should
no
be
articulation.
He looks like he should be the king of the bots or something.
Yes. Yeah. Like, he should feature in some really silly anime or some tokusatsu or something like that, and his mate, who is the can of lemonade, who just has a little basically the same transformation. They're really cheap. The plastic's it's robust, but it's thin, and they're daft as anything. But they've been on my desk, and I've been playing with them, and because they've been at work, people have been asking about them and transforming them, and they're really interested to see like household objects. But my pick of the month is Age of the Prime's Flatline.
Ooh.
Who is like, I have no interest in Unicron Trilogy toys, so Red Alert I just let go. But then they went, oh, how about Black and Red? Do you fancy a goth one, Jay? And I was like, oh god, yes. Again, no agency at all. And he's fantastic, and he looks amazing. The head sculpt's beautiful, and I love the idea of like an evil ambulance.
The Wambulance.
Oh, ambulance, yeah.
Does he have both hands compared to Red Alert?
Yes, he comes with both hands, but he also comes with all of his hand accessories, so he can swap through all the different things as well. Yeah, he's got one up on Red Alert, because I don't think Red Alert comes with a hand.
No.
And he's fun, and he's solid, and the joints are nice and stiff, and he's good to play with, and he looks, that paint job is absolutely immense.
So
with the black and red going on.
I do have the Red Alert version of the mould, because I will buy anything Armada, and he's another one in the camp that is boring, but in a very pleasing way. He does exactly what you want him to do, and does it all solidly as anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a very nice mould.
And this one does that, but looks extra cool.
Looks dark and edgy.
Super evil. Yeah, but in a good way, not in a Megatronus way.
Yeah, it kind of puts me in mind of like, hanging out at a bus stop, waiting to go out to town to a club or something like that. That's Flatline. He's stomping around in his new rock boots.
That for me, that's one of the
yeah.
ones. If I catch him in Smiths, I'll probably cave. To be honest, it's a really nice store, and that deco is amazing.
It's really nice. Have you seen him in hand?
I have not.
Okay, next meetup, I'll bring him along.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with him.
Don't enable
really
me.
Thrilled.
Thanks, man.
Cool. So yeah, it's been a traumatic month, but we're still fans, and we have got to the end of our second episode, which is good because it means we're an actual podcast series now. Yeah. We're not just an episode. That's fantastic. So thank you again to. Oh, let's go for it. Yeah. And then we'll just end there on a high.
January, next episode.
Yeah. 2027, 28, I don't know. Hopefully we will do more of these. Yes. They're really fun to do and really fun to hang out with you guys. Absolutely love them. And thank you if you are listening to this and you've made it all the way to this. We really appreciate it. And if you want to reach out to us with suggestions, including, we'll accept feedback, including stop and pack it in and please God, no more. So you can email us at
they can't just stop listening.
No, we had this discussion about agency. It says Transformers somewhere on it. It has the logo somewhere on it, so you have to get involved with it.
Oh, of course, because otherwise the Transformers police do turn up at your house.
Yeah. Also, this is people on the internet. There's lots of people that hate stuff on the internet, and they could just not watch it or not follow it or not go along with it. But no, they've got to vent their opinion.
What was I thinking?
There is no such thing as bad engagement. So you can reach us on Blue Sky. We're Fans Traumas on Blue Sky. We're fanstraumas@gmail.com. We are also on the socials. Be nice to us. You don't have to be nice to Fans Traumas, but please be nice to us when you get our personal accounts. Thank you again for listening. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Dan. And thank you, Ralph, for another fun podcast. You're welcome. And we will see you with more traumatized fans and more Fans Traumas the next time. Take care and good night.
And is stuck in my head. It's like na 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 na.